Charlie. Yes, so close. Woo!
What's up everybody, it's Charlie. If you're new to this channel, I'd highly recommend checking out my last couple videos where I give a little bit more information on my background, but to sum it all up, I am a post-collegiate runner based out of Oregon. I'm also a full-time engineer, and I'm currently about 4 weeks out from a sub 220 marathon attempt at the California International Marathon. I just spent the past week in the Midwest hanging out with my girlfriend Sydney and spending some time with my family, and I capped off that great trip by racing my first ever half marathon in my hometown of St. Louis at the St. Louis Half Marathon. It was a really fun week and I got some solid footage from the week and the race, so I'm gonna rewind to all of that for you guys before we get into a bit of a race recap later in this video. Hope you guys enjoy. Good morning. It is Wednesday, November 6th. It's my birthday. It's like 5 a.m. and it's cold out and we have to go do a track workout. You can tell what the vibes are. They're not good. We're smiling through it. Oh, my back's doing that.
I feel like I need to clarify to the vlog that I don't wear alpha flies for every workout. And I just need to break them in before this little half.
This is like my first workout in quite a while not wearing super shoes, so yeah, I'm guilty. On Thursday night, Sydney and I drove from Kansas City to St. Louis, and we spent the next 2 days just chilling with my family and getting a couple of easy runs in. Then it was time to get ready for the race. Before I do my normal bedtime routine, I figured I would show you guys what the race kit is gonna be for tomorrow. First up top, I am going with the Tracksmith Strata singlet. I wore this for my first marathon, absolutely loved it. Gotta get the matching shorts on the bottom. Same idea. These shorts are great. They've got like 5 pockets in the back for gels and stuff like that. Up top, it's gonna be sunny tomorrow, so I'm going with the Nike hat that I wear for pretty much every single run. And I'm also gonna be wearing brand new sunglasses that my lovely girlfriend got for me for my birthday. Shout out Sydney, thank you, I love them. Excited to test these out. On feet, I'm gonna be wearing my favorite super shoes that I have tried up to this point, and that is the Asics Metaspeed Edge Paris. I love these, they're super lightweight, really great racing shoe. Gonna be my racing shoe for CIM as well. Finally, I am super excited about this. The last part of this kit, and arguably the most important for a long distance race, is brought to you by my first official partner on this YouTube channel, and that is Coros. I'm gonna be rocking the brand new Coros Pace Pro, as well as their heart rate monitor armband to track all of my stats during this race and for the next 4 weeks of training going into CIM. I've been running in the Pace series for about 1.5 years now. I've been wearing their heart rate armband for about 6 months or so. So when Coros reached out to me for a potential partnership, I said absolutely, because these are products that I've been using and that I actually believe in. I'll talk more about my experience with Coros later in this video, but for now I will tell you guys that you can use my code that you see here on the screen for a free watch band with any Coros purchase. Using that code will help me a lot with growing this channel. So if you're gonna make any purchases with Coros, please do that. And yeah, time to get ready to race. So I had two main goals going into this race. Number one was to stay within myself and get a good solid effort in. And number two was, of course, to get the win. My plan going into things was to get out a touch faster than marathon pace and run that for about 10 miles or so before cutting down a little bit at the end. I knew it was going to be a pretty hilly course, so I figured a plan like this would be a really good way to practice rhythm without risking totally blowing up at the end of a race. I really wanted this to be a tool in my build-up towards CIM rather than an all-out half marathon PR attempt, especially since it was going to be my first time racing this new distance. I had no idea what kind of competition was going to show up to this race, so I was anticipating having to make an early decision in the race about what to do if somebody ended up going out faster than I was intending. Sure enough, right in the first 400 meters, I found myself in second place behind another runner whose name was actually also Charlie, who decided he wanted to go out faster.
Let's go, Charlie!
He hit the mile about 10 to 15 seconds ahead of me, looking pretty good. So at that point, I decided that I was just gonna hang back and run my intended effort without really worrying too much about what he was gonna do. And honestly, at this point in the race, I had kind of just settled for the fact that I maybe was gonna come in second.
Number 2! All right, Charlie!
I ran the next 10 miles of the race comfortably and completely alone, which was actually pretty nice just to sort of keep that workout mindset and get the effort that I wanted on the day. Then finally coming around a bend, I caught a glimpse of the leader who I hadn't seen for a couple miles. Another half mile or so went by, and that was when I started to realize he was actually coming towards me a little bit. I closed a ton of ground in miles 11 and 12 and was getting ready to make the pass into the lead when we came up on a hairpin turn. He looked up, saw me, and then started speeding his pace back up. In that last mile of the race, I tried my best. I was never able to make the pass fully into first, and I ended up crossing the finish line in second place by about 5 seconds.
Come on, come on, come on, come on! Finish strong!
Yes, keep going!
Yes, Charlie, yes, so close! Woo!
I was actually super happy to finish second, just given the way that I did it. I closed a 37-second gap down to a 5-second gap in the last 2 to 2.5 miles of this race. However, a few miles into my cooldown, the race director was walking by, recognized me, and actually stopped me on the side to chat for a minute. He told me that the leader had ended up making a wrong turn at some point during the race and actually ended up running a bit short. So the committee decided to award me the joint win on the day. The guy who beat me across the line was a really great runner, and I'm sure if he didn't make that wrong turn, it still would have been a very close race and we would have been duking it out even more over those last few miles. So I think the committee deciding to award us the tie for the win was a really great decision. And although I would have loved to be the first person to cross the finish line, I was still super happy with this on the day, especially since I was able to collect my first prize money ever from a running race. That was pretty cool. Taking a look at the data from the race, here are all of my splits up on the screen. I did not look at my watch much during those last few miles of the race because I was laser focused on trying to close down that gap and race for the win. So taking a look at these splits after the fact, I was really happy with the way I was able to cut down, and I honestly had no idea I was running as fast as I was. So super awesome to be able to close like that on some hills. The last like 1 to 200 meters of this race was on a super steep uphill. And you can kind of see that here reflected in the pace. It's kind of funny. I've worn other watches in the past, and I've kind of always noticed a common theme of whether it's starting a rep or speeding up in the middle of the run, where watches often take 10 to 15 seconds to sort of catch up and show that you have sped up. This watch was very responsive and did all that right away. It's the fastest watch I've used before, and yeah, I loved it during this race. I'm gonna be doing some more testing with the Pace Pro over the next couple weeks, and I'll be sure to give some more thoughts on the watch as I do so, but first impressions are really good, and it definitely seems like a very significant upgrade over the Pace 2, which was my last watch that I was wearing. Overall, I'd say I got 99% of what I wanted out of this race. That 1% being I really wanted to be the first person across the finish line, but given that I did still get awarded first place and I felt really good during this race, I'm super happy with everything. I really enjoyed racing the half marathon distance for the first time, and it definitely gets me excited about doing it again. I really want to take some time at some point in the next year to build up and try to run a really fast one on a flat course. For now though, this was a really excellent step in my build up towards CIM. Also, gotta give a huge shout out to Sydney. She absolutely dominated the women's race, coming first overall in a time of 78:33, running all by herself. She was actually fourth overall when stacking up with the men as well, so that was pretty sick. Super proud of her for that. That's all I've got for you guys today. It was a whole lot of fun to be able to bring this to you guys, and I'm excited about everything moving forward. Once again, feel free to use this code on the screen for a free watch band with any Coros watch purchase. It really helps out the channel, and again, I'm super excited to be working with Coros moving forward. Next weekend, I am doing my sort of dress rehearsal long run for the build. It's gonna be my last really big workout, 3 weeks out from the race, and I'm so excited for that. And yeah, that's probably gonna be what I do my next video on. So looking forward to bringing that to you guys as well. Thank you everybody for watching. As always, I really appreciate it, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.